I'm here today on July the 27th, 2010 in a very interesting area of Toronto. This is actually called Liberty Village. It's one of those historic neighborhoods in Toronto that actually used to be fairly industrial, and I'm here with a local expert by the name of Francesca, who is from the local Business Improvement Association, and we're taking a stroll to this fairly recently revitalized neighborhood. Francesca, tell me a little bit about this particular building here.
Well, what we have here on the left is number 109 Atlantic, also known as the Barrymore Building, and this was built in 1906 with two later additions completed in 1912, and it was originally built for Gowans, Kent and Company, which did china and glassware, and was later occupied by Barrymore Furniture, which is what we know the building as today, the Barrymore Building. So it has many classical design features, mainly brick and beam, and it's really come full circle as we now have Knoll and West Elm.
And those are two furniture manufacturers?
They are indeed, and they occupy the building today.
Very, very interesting. I love it when Victorian-era heritage is preserved, and this is a very unique district. I wasn't aware that there's so much Victorian-era industrial architecture around here. Well, actually, just a little peek here. I wanted to show you this. A wonderful view in the far distance of the CN Tower right here, and some of the new office and residential towers in Toronto's downtown area. And right next to it, another historic building. Which building is this here, Francesca?
Here we've got 107 Atlantic Avenue, which was built originally in 1905 for Bradshaw and Company, according to the plans of Toronto architect Henry Simpson. Now, they were the original manufacturers of chewing gum, wax paper, and proprietary medicines. So it's really an example of 20th century industrial design with many classical elements.
Now, what's in there today? Do you know what kind of tenants are in there today?
Yeah, today there are many multimedia businesses. So there are internet companies, a lot of IT, there's some artist studios and design studios as well.
Cool. I just wanted to give a little pan over in this direction here as well. Let me show you. We have a strip here. Probably not as historic as some of the stuff that we saw, but there's actually quite a bit of retail around here.
There is, absolutely. We've got about 37 restaurants in the neighborhood, and they're sort of peppered throughout the area, so it's really a destination spot for restaurants. So you can come around and have a look. There's fine dining as well as your typical quick lunch spots, and that's what we have here on Atlantic. A lot of great little places to get some lunch for everybody in the neighborhood.
Wonderful. So this area obviously was originally very industrial during Victorian times. You were mentioning the area probably found its beginnings roughly in the 1890s, early 1900s, 1910, 1920, and that's when most of these brown brick buildings were built.
Yeah.
What happened over the years to it? Because obviously this type of industry declined, right?
Yes, it did decline, but there was a wave of artists and creative type people in the early 90s that arrived with Artscape, which is a business that revitalizes neighborhoods through the arts. And you found a lot of artists moving in, and that paved the way for creative enterprises to come in. As you can see right here, we've got number 99 Atlantic, which is what we call the Brunswick Building. Now, this was built in 1913 according to the plans of another Toronto architect, Henry Simpson. Now, this was originally the Brunswick Bulk and Colander factory that manufactured billiard tables, bar fixtures, and bowling alleys.
Wow.
So again, that brick and beam design, typical of the late 18th century, early 19th century. And actually, just around the corner, you can't see it here, but there is the Academy of Spherical Arts, which again, it's coming full circle. They now have, the owner used to refurbish old billiard tables, and so now he's got these great billiard tables, and now it's a restaurant / billiard lounge and event space.
Interesting. So billiard has come back to this area.
Yes, it has come full circle again.
Wonderful.
With the Academy of Spherical Art, so it's just interesting to see how these old industrial spaces really lend themselves to, you know, the 2000s now.
Exactly.
Right?
No, it's wonderful.
Amazing.
Well, thank you for giving me a rundown here on, what is the name of the street?
This is Atlantic Avenue.
Atlantic Avenue. Avenue. So we're going to make our way a little bit further south. And what is our next destination?
Our next destination will be the toy factory lots on Hannah Avenue.
Wonderful. Thank you, Francesca.
You're welcome.